Rovers, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zeno, and I want to rant or discuss passionately today about Buling, the brand new 4-star character coming out, but more importantly, her banner situation. And I said a couple of weeks back in a previous video, I wanted to make a Buling video because I was kind of upset to the fact that she was releasing on a rerun banner. And I got a lot of feedback, from both positive and negative, from the community. I've held on to that and I've let a lot of the frustration pass now, but ultimately, I know you guys want me to be authentic on the channel, and if I don't like something, I want to call it out. And if you guys think I'm wrong, that's okay. You guys can let me know in the comment section and we can discuss it. Now, first things first, if you like what I do here, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, become a member of the channel like all of these wonderful people have, join the Discord, follow me over on Twitter, and let's just dive into it, shall we? So, top of the video, I want to say this isn't about Buling herself. I want to make that very clear. Like, I really like Buling. I think as a character, she's fantastic. She has one of the most interesting accents and VAs in WoW. I think she looks great. I think she's very pretty, very unique, if anything, in her design. Like, I love seeing her as part of like the Black Shores as a consultant in the story. When she's popped up, she calls Rover boss. I love it. Like, and I hope we see more of it going into 3.0. And as a playable unit, you guys will actually see firsthand once the guide makers drop from the CE servers. She's very fun and she's simple to play once you master her. She has very strong buffs, grouping, healing. She will undoubtedly be one of the strongest 4-stars in the game, hands down, like probably actually competing for the top spot for sure. I think the people that do manage to get some copies of Buling will not be disappointed if they wanted to play her or just had teams in mind for what she does specifically. However, there is a lot to dissect in terms of her banner, which is where kind of my personal main issues lie. Now, as a value banner for people looking to pick up Frolova or Cantarella, like just pull-wise, fantastic value, actually. Frolova stands as one of the best main or sub DPS units in the game, still to this day, depending on how you want to use her. And Buling can actually be used in her teams as well, as more of like a budget-friendly but still very potent option. So like, to TLDR that, this isn't about Buling's personality or her design or her value on a very strong unit's rerun banner. It's not about her combat abilities in game. This is about the fact that I have played WoA for nearly an entire year come January. And this is the very first 4-star in the game released in 2025. And not only that, but at the tail end, during a rerun, on the final cycle before 3.0 launches on Christmas, on a shortened banner cycle. So let's break down a few things. So hopefully some people can understand my frustration a little bit more in depth. Frolova is absolutely a value pull, and she is a fantastic pull, but to a lot of people, including myself, because of how long a large part of the community actually waited for Frolova to become playable, since she was actually a villain from literally day one in 1.0 of WoA, or just people like me who she resonated with her complex story with Rover in 2.5. We already have her back in 2.5, and I know that was July heading into August, and that's actually a very long time ago now. So there is 100% people that are wanting to get Frolova that weren't playing or they missed her, but I legitimately think that's a very minority scale. Frolova is one of the game's most popular units. Cantarella debuted in March to April in 2.2. She's actually already rerun once with Frolova in 2.5 second half. And now again for the third time this year in 2.8 second half. People that wanted Cantarella have now had a couple of chances to get her. And I don't really think that there's going to be a very large audience going for her at this point. There'll be some people, but there just won't be many. So why do I bring up these 2 points specifically? Well, Buling's debut is on a very popular unit's rerun. Cool. But the rerun is cut nearly in half, banner time-wise, and the other unit in the cycle is mostly only used for the same premium team. This banner also comes before the entire Lahairoi expansion in 3.0, where brand new combat mechanics are being introduced. 2 new units will be summonable in Mornier and Lene that will take advantage of that. One of them being the premium support for the new combat mechanics, hypothetically anyway. And the chances of people summoning on a rerun unit on the final banner of the year, which is cut short before the next expansion launches, where we now have presumably 6 units, and with the new pink hair girl that was teased in the last trailer as an extra, the amount of people is very low. Statistically, it's going to be very, very few people that are willing to part with their Astrite in hopes to get copies of Buling as their main goal, or just copies of it while they're chasing Fullova or Cantarella. Now, I want to talk about corals. A few people pointed out to me in 2024, because again, it's been over a year since we've had a new 4-star when Yumi or Yoho, that brat character, dropped. They were also on rerun banners, and they were also available to purchase in the shop at a discounted rate with corals. That's good, right? Use a few corals, get a copy, call it a day, have some fun. Here's my counter argument to that. Just because Kuro did that in the past doesn't mean it's a good thing that they continued to do this or brought it back on a rerun banner only. Like, in all the other big gacha games that I play, Genshin, HSR, Zenless Zone Zero, you cannot use corals or their equivalents to get copies of 5-star units. Wua is a mighty exception to this rule, and I think that's kind of actually freaking fantastic. And I've gotten quite a few sequences for free this year from corals. It's like insane value. So for me, no, I don't really count using corals for a 4-star as a good way to obtain them, even at a very low cost, because you never want to be in a position where you're short like that 7 or 10 coral pulls from a free sequence node from a 5-star character in a banner cycle. Like, it's different maybe if you already have Buling and you got like 1 copy off like a very high value sequence that's gonna, like, you know, be really worth it and really impact your teams. But none of us are gonna have Buling prior to this, so this isn't an option on her debut. I also just think we shouldn't really defend Kuro making the single only 4-star character for an entire year on a banner where most people probably already have the units or have to skip for 3.0 or just save up in general is a good thing. Like, a lot of work has gone into Buling, her animations, her VA, her design, her kit. It's a massive shame that Kuro has given this 4-star like such a sad launch, where she could have been dropped like 6 months ago when we met Buling in the story and been on several banner cycles by now, just so we had multiple chances of her throughout the year. Now, obviously, she wasn't ready to go 6 months ago, right? But I'm just saying that would have been such a better option, so that 4-star was available throughout the year because she kept coming back in the story throughout the year. And I also just want to say from personal experience, in Genshin Impact, when a character called Clarand launched back in the day, Sethos, a brand new 4-star, launched on her banner. I'm never going to get over this. I did 144 pulls on that banner. Like, I went to pity, I lost, and I went back to pity pretty much again. I did not get a single copy of the new 4-star character Sethos. Like, to this day, he remains one of the very few 4-stars that I don't have. I am over 1,200 days into Genshin Impact, and while his banner was not 1,200 days ago, right? But I have still got many 1.0 4-stars that I don't have maxed out because I've just never gotten them on banners. Because the 5-star wasn't for me, I didn't like the rerun, or I just didn't get lucky enough. So I think people just got to understand that pulling 4-stars is also far harder than getting a 5-star. You are statistically more than likely to get an S1 of a 5-star before you get the S6 of a 4-star. So fishing for a copy is like a really awful idea, unless you, of course, are happy to actually get the 5-star or their sequences on the banner as well. I don't know. I think Buling is awesome. She's going to be a very high-profile unit for quite a few teams, but barely anybody in the entire community will actually have her. let alone high dupes for better performance until like way into 3.0, assuming she's on a banner that you want. And by then, she might not be worth to build anymore. All Kuro had to do, to me personally, was to give one free base copy from a small event during her launch. Boom! Community mostly ecstatic. Most of us really happy. If we want to enjoy like a base copy of Buling, we can all do it together, and those lucky few that are going for Filova or Cantarella now get more chances at like a stronger version going for sequences. If anything, that creates more FOMO. Like, oh wow, I already have her. Damn, that S1 or S2 is actually really good and would help my team. Maybe let's try for another copy because it's tempting me and it might catch some people out trying to gamble for some more. Instead, you've got people like me who have Cantarella or Filova already. I'm just shit out of luck. Like, there's no Buling for me. I can't enjoy the hard work Kuro's devs have put into creating this character at all. And depending on my luck and just like, you know, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months until I do. And by then we're like knee deep into the 3.0 rosters. Anyway, like I've gone on too long about this topic, but I'm just kind of sad and I'm kind of upset. Like, to put so much work and effort and love into Buling's character, the very first 4-star in a year, just for such a minority of the entire community that will actually get to enjoy her for a very long time, it just kind of seems like a complete waste to me. Anyway, that's off my chest. I won't bring it up again. So I'll leave the video there. So hope you guys are having a fan-freaking-tastic rest of the day. And as always, my name is Zeno, and you guys take care now.